If your brain secretly sees sleep as stress, pressure, boredom, or wasted time, no sleep hack will fully work. A lot of people don't just have bad sleep habits. They have a bad emotional relationship with sleep itself. Their brain associates bedtime with overthinking, doom scrolling, anxiety. In this video, we'll go through 7 neuroscience-backed habits that train your brain to naturally want sleep again. These are unusual but practical methods based on brain conditioning, nervous system regulation, dopamine balance, emotional memory, and circadian rhythm science. If you've been trying to improve sleep naturally but still struggle with sleep quality, stress at night, or racing thoughts, this video is for you. Habit 1. Make sleep feel like a reward, not a shutdown. One of the biggest reasons people struggle to sleep is because the brain sees nighttime as emotional deprivation. For many people, night is the only time they finally feel free. No responsibilities, no work, no pressure. So, the brain starts resisting sleep because sleep feels like the end of personal freedom. That's why people suddenly feel awake at midnight even after feeling exhausted all day. This is called revenge bedtime procrastination. Neuroscience links it to dopamine regulation and emotional compensation. Your brain delays sleep because it doesn't feel emotionally satisfied during the day. So, instead of treating sleep like a forced shutdown, train your brain to see it as comfort, safety, and reward. Make sleep your comfy place. A place you look forward to. A place of relief. Not escape in a depressing way, but genuine rest. Your brain repeats what feels rewarding. That's why people unconsciously crave their beds during stressful periods. The brain associates comfort and nervous system safety with that environment. Create small positive bedtime cues. Maybe it's a dim warm lamp, a specific blanket, calm music, a scent, a soft routine, something your brain emotionally connects with peace. Over time, your nervous system starts entering relaxation mode faster because the brain recognizes those signals as safety patterns. You are conditioning sleep emotionally instead of forcing it mechanically. Habit 2. Stop using hyperstimulation as a reward at night. A lot of people accidentally train their brain to become more alert before sleep by making nighttime the most stimulating part of the day. Bright screens, fast scrolling, intense videos, gaming, emotional content, constant novelty. Neuroscience shows that dopamine spikes increase alertness and anticipation. Your brain starts expecting stimulation at night. This is why people suddenly feel sleepy all day but mentally active the moment they touch their phone in bed. Phone addiction and sleep problems are not just about blue light. They are about reward circuitry. The brain learns nighttime equals stimulation. You need to reverse that. Start making low stimulation feel rewarding again. Instead of highly stimulating entertainment before bed, create slower forms of comfort your nervous system can actually handle. Soft lighting, calm audio, light reading, slow stretching, even sitting quietly for a few minutes. At first it feels boring because your dopamine baseline is overstimulated. But after consistency, the brain recalibrates and suddenly your natural sleepiness returns without forcing it. Habit 3. Give your brain an ending signal. One reason the brain struggles with sleep is because modern life has no psychological ending. People work, scroll, watch videos, answer messages, and mentally consume information until the exact second they try to sleep. The brain never receives closure, so it keeps processing. One of the best neuroscience-backed sleep habits is creating an ending ritual. Not a productivity routine, a mental shutdown signal. This can be extremely simple. Writing tomorrow's tasks on paper, turning off one specific lamp, washing your face slowly, stretching for 2 minutes, even repeating the same sentence nightly, like the day is done. Repetition matters because the brain loves prediction. The basal ganglia, which controls habits and automatic behaviors, starts. Eventually, the brain begins preparing for sleep before you even lie down. This is how people improve sleep naturally without depending on willpower. Habit 4. Create tiny predictable patterns before sleep. Your brain loves prediction. In neuroscience, predictability reduces uncertainty, and reduced uncertainty lowers nervous system alertness. This is why people often sleep better in familiar places and worse in unfamiliar environments. The brain relaxes faster when it knows what comes next. A lot of people unknowingly make their nights mentally chaotic. Some nights they scroll for 2 hours. Some nights they work late. Some nights they sleep early. Some nights they binge content until exhaustion. The brain never develops a stable sleep sequence. One of the most underrated healthy sleep habits is repeating tiny predictable actions before bed, not huge routines. Tiny repeated cues. Maybe you dim the lights in the same order every night. Maybe you drink warm water. Maybe you clean your desk for 1 minute. Maybe you sit quietly for 2 minutes before lying down. The action itself is not magical. The predictability is. Your brain starts recognizing these repeated behaviors as signals that the environment is becoming safe and inactive. Over time, your nervous system begins slowing down automatically before sleep even begins. Patterns create anticipation, and anticipation shapes biology. That's why consistent bedtime habits improve sleep quality far more than random, perfect routines done occasionally. Habit 5. Keep one thought outside the bed. A lot of people carry unresolved mental loops into sleep. Something unfinished, something embarrassing, something they need to remember tomorrow, something emotionally unresolved. The brain keeps revisiting it in the background. This is called the Zeigarnik effect in psychology. The brain holds onto unfinished tasks more strongly than completed ones. That's why random thoughts suddenly become louder at night. Your environment gets quieter, so unfinished mental loops become more noticeable. One simple neuroscience-backed sleep habit is this. Before bed, externalize one lingering thought. Write it down. Not a full journal. Not productivity planning. Just one thing your brain keeps holding on to. Maybe it's call this person tomorrow. Finish this task. I'm still upset about this. I'll handle this later. The moment thoughts become external instead of mentally stored, the brain reduces cognitive load. This creates a sense of temporary closure. Many people notice they fall asleep faster simply because their brain no longer feels responsible for remembering everything. Your mind relaxes when it knows the thought is safely stored somewhere outside itself. Habit 6. Don't try to knock yourself out mentally. Many people unknowingly create anxiety around sleep itself. They constantly think, I need to sleep now. If I don't sleep, tomorrow is ruined. Why am I still awake? That pressure activates alertness. The brain interprets urgency as danger, and danger keeps humans awake. One neuroscience-based technique that helps many overthinkers is something called cognitive shuffling. Instead of trying to force sleep, lightly think about random emotionally neutral objects. Apple, bridge, cloud, chair, river, pencil, window. The randomness interrupts emotionally charged thinking patterns. And interestingly, fragmented random thoughts resemble the brain activity that naturally appears during early sleep stages. You are not fighting your brain anymore. You are gently redirecting it away from emotionally loaded loops. Sometimes sleep comes faster when the mind stops trying so hard to control it. Habit 7. Train your nervous system to feel safe at night again. A lot of sleep struggles are deeply connected to hypervigilance. The nervous system stays slightly alert even in physically safe environments. Stress, anxiety, constant pressure, emotional overload, overstimulation. All of these keep the brain in monitoring mode, and a brain that feels responsible for survival struggles to fully rest. That's why emotional safety matters far more than most people realize. Slow breathing helps. Dim lighting helps. Gentle, predictable routines help. Calm self-talk helps. Not because these things magically knock you out, but because they slowly communicate safety to your nervous system. And the nervous system sleeps best when it stops expecting danger. This is where many people misunderstand sleep completely. They treat sleep like a performance. Something to win. Something to force. Something to aggressively optimize. But deep rest cannot be bullied into existence. The brain enters true relaxation through trust, repetition, emotional safety, and nervous system regulation. Your nervous system remembers patterns. If nighttime constantly feels stressful, lonely, overstimulating, or emotionally painful, your brain learns to stay alert. But if bedtime slowly becomes comforting, predictable, emotionally safe, and rewarding, your brain gradually stops resisting rest. And that is the real goal. Not simply passing out from exhaustion, but teaching your mind to genuinely feel safe enough to rest again. Better sleep is not just about avoiding caffeine or reducing screen time. It's about retraining your brain's relationship with rest itself. Your nervous system remembers patterns. If nighttime always feels stressful, stimulating, lonely, or mentally heavy, your brain learns to stay alert. But if sleep starts feeling comforting, predictable, emotionally safe, and rewarding, the brain slowly stops resisting it. That's the real goal. Not just knocking yourself unconscious, but teaching your brain to genuinely love rest again. If this video helped you understand sleep in a different way and gave you practical neuroscience-backed habits you can actually use, leave a like so more people can discover it, and subscribe for more videos about neuroscience, emotional regulation, mental clarity, and simple habits that genuinely improve everyday life.